Hello you, good morning from Visby. Well actually this was taken in the afternoon. The morning looked like this when we first got here. We came sailing out of the thick fog into port, but despite the gloomy start to the day, we were going to be heading off over here to explore Visby. We didn't really have much planned for this day, but we knew we wanted to have a walk along the city walls where we could, and also just a general wander through the streets. The port is only about a 20-minute walk from the town itself, so it's totally doable on foot. But I didn't think there was a lot to see along the way, and I was feeling a bit lazy, so we decided to take the shuttle bus. Give me a break, it's my holiday too. The shuttle bus dropped us off here at the far end of the port, and you can take a nice little stroll along the seawall here towards the Almedalen Park, and from there there's a couple of different gate entries into the old town, so it's a good place to start off from. This is a really nice park area with the big pond and the fountain in the middle, and off in the background you can see a nice view of the houses and the Visby Cathedral. You can enter into the old town here, but we carried on walking along a bit further to Fiskeporten, which is Fisherman's Gate, and entered into the old town this way. As you enter the gate, you start to see all of the history come alive. All of the cobbled streets, the beautiful little cottages, and just the feel of the place is really nice. If, like me, you hadn't heard of Visby before, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's a small medieval town on the island of Gotland in Sweden, and it's right in the middle of the Baltic Sea. It's one of the best preserved medieval towns in Scandinavia, with stone walls, church ruins, cobbled streets, all there for you to explore. It's a bit hard to imagine now, but Visby was actually once a real major trading port during the Middle Ages, and merchants from all over Northern Europe would have passed through here. It is a lot quieter now, of course, just full of the tourists that have come off the ship. We were making our way towards one of the other gates to the city at the far end, which I think is called Snackgardensporten, and it's at the other end of the botanical garden, so we took a walk through there, which was actually quite peaceful despite all of the people in there, and it was really nice just walking through the trees and the flowers and seeing everything on our way to the city walls. The city walls themselves date back to the 13th century, and they stretch for just over 2 miles, I think, around the whole of the old town, and it's probably one of Visby's most famous features. There isn't actually much of the walls that you can walk on top of, so that was why we came in through this area, so that we could get that kind of view from the top of the walls. If you're enjoying this video so far, why not give it a like and maybe even pop me a comment down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. As we followed the walls on the outside, we were heading uphill and entered back into the old town through Norderport, which was the northern gate, and led us into the upper kind of section of Visby itself. From up the top here, you've got beautiful views across the old town. You can see the ruins of the St. Nikolai church here, and then a bit further along you come across the Visby Cathedral. There were some nice quaint cottages up here, and then some just slightly bigger houses, but all with the amazing view of the cathedral and then down over the town itself and out to sea. What a lovely place to live. The Visby Cathedral is actually the only medieval church that is still in use within the town. All of the other churches are now just in ruins, like the one that we saw earlier, and also just over here on the left hand side is the St. Karin's Church, or St. Catherine's Church, and again it is just ruins now. Churches and cathedrals are always ornate, of course, but it always amazes me the amount of detail that are put into these for things that are just going to be at the top and not really seen that closely. From here we just wandered, and I think honestly that's quite a good way just to explore Visby. You can't really get lost here, it's all small enough to walk around, and everything kind of leads back to the city walls where you know where you are, or down to the sea. But we wandered through here, came across Starstruck, or Great Square, and had a nice little look around here. There are some nice looking bars and restaurants around the outside. You can see a closer look of the St. Karen's Church ruins here. And on the day that we were here, there was a market going on in the middle, so that was quite nice to have a little stroll around and see what was on sale here. I have to say, Visby turned out to be one of those places that just really surprises you. We didn't really know much about it, as I said earlier, and it's not one of the well-known stops on this particular cruise, where we've been to Tallinn in Estonia, Stockholm, Helsinki, and we'll be coming up into Copenhagen next. But it's a beautiful place and really nice, as I said earlier, just to walk around, just lose yourself a little bit in the history and the atmosphere. You don't really need to have anywhere in particular planned. You'll get to see all of the sights just yourself, wandering through the different streets. And yeah, it's just a great day and lots that you can pack in. After a short shuttle ride, we were heading back to beautiful Britannia again. And here's that sneaky clip from earlier where it's nice and sunny and we were actually leaving port at that time. Evening on the ship, we were in the main dining room to enjoy some wine and some lovely food. You can pause at the menus here if you'd like to have a closer look at it. I'll be honest, this was all a while ago now, so I can't necessarily remember exactly what we'd ordered at the time, but they were really nice. I don't remember having any problems with the food on board, and we enjoyed everything that we had. That evening in the theatre, they had singer Rachel Hawnt, who does a Cher show generally, and so of course we went to watch that, and she was amazing. You might have heard of her before. She won a series on ITV called Starstruck as a Cher impersonator, and the show was really good. We enjoyed it. She sounded like Cher, she had the mannerisms down, she did some really good crowd work, she came out, she didn't mind us videoing, and it was good fun. After the show, she did wait outside the theatre doors so that you could come up and grab a picture with her, which was really nice, and of course we went to do it. So that's it for Visby and our evening on the ship, but you better subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video where we're in Copenhagen. We have 2 full days here, and in the first video we'll be exploring Tivoli Gardens, some other parts of the city, as well as some unexpected elephant viewing. So go ahead, give this video a like and pop me a comment down below if you want, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on my next videos. Thank you for watching.